Hi guys, it's Artem here with my weekly digital marketing digest. This new normal is crazy, right? But I hope you're doing great and found time to rest over the weekend. There seems to be so much economic volatility, with rising rates and recession warnings. So if there was ever time to top up your game and get ahead with new marketing trends, it's now. And this is why I'm here, to help you do exactly that. So let's start off with some big news in digital marketing world. The EU approves a historic reboot to its digital rulebook. Last week, the EU approved Digital Markets Act, the DMA, which seeks to restore a more vibrant atmosphere of healthy competition in the sector. Today, the marketplace is tipped in favor of big tech companies, known as gatekeepers. A more balanced marketplace means more competition, more innovation, and more choice for users. So let's unpack what will happen when the DMA comes into force in 2023. Well, companies that meet DMA's criteria as gatekeepers of core services will have to comply in 7 areas. In short, they will have to let users opt out of core services, for example social networks, as easily as they can opt in. Enable users to exchange messages, send voice messages or files across different messaging apps, democratizing messaging. Allow app developers to access third-party payment platforms to increase app sales. Give sellers access to marketing and advertising data on ads served on their platforms. And gatekeepers can no longer preferentially rank their own products or services higher than those of third-party sellers, establish unfair conditions for business users, require their own apps to be pre-installed in operating systems or prevent us from uninstalling them. Reuse private data collected during a service for another service. The Act doesn't name any companies, but it will almost certainly affect Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft, and maybe 15 to 20 others. See the link below for more info. Until now, the EU has imposed record fines for harmful business practices that made no real impact as a deterrent. In the future, with the DMA, if a gatekeeper violates the rules, it risks a fine of up to 10% of its total worldwide turnover and 20% for repeat offenses. So wow, exciting times we live in, right? And because the EU is viewed as a benchmark for new laws, this legislation could have a worldwide impact. Crazy. This week there's been a lot of movement in SEO, so let's cut right to it. Google searches "people also ask" feature returns to normal. Last week we covered how "people also ask" module all of a sudden started to disappear. A bit. More specifically, it was appearing on fewer searches. Well, today I'm happy to report that this great feature for marketers and users is back to normal. So a few days of webmasters chattering and theorizing about Google changing this part of its algorithm, everything went quiet. Perhaps it was a glitch or a test of some sort. The chances are we will never know, but we can surely expect more changes in the future. Google lets businesses set up a Google My Business chatbot. Google is rolling out a new feature for Google My Business profiles. This will let companies set up an automated responses to frequently asked questions. The tech giant made no official announcement about this change, by the way, but instructions on how to set up this new feature were added to the Google Business Profile help pages in the past few weeks. We think that although the initial setup process is quite easy, businesses will have to map out their chat conversations thoughtfully. Because if it's not set up well, then potential customers may look elsewhere. So in short, this is a neat little addition by Google that will help businesses, if implemented correctly. There is a definite trend for search engines accelerating the testing of new SERP features. Let's dive right into it and see what's happening. Google Product SERPs tests customers' favorites by the most mentions of feature. Google is testing a bunch of different features in its search engine ranking results. Let's go through some of them together. Let's look at this search for black sofa on mobile, tweeted originally by Brian Felesben. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name too bad. So what's new? Well, at the top we see customer favorites box, and below the sofas are ranked by most mentions of and more product info tags appear, such as prices and why product got most mentions. We think that as long as all online merchants are featured, it is very helpful for customers looking for the best quality. For people on a tight budget, it may be a little bit less helpful. Google is testing a new interactive card box layout. Last week I talked about how Google had created a new layout for celebrity names and other similar queries at the top of SERPs. Well, now the feature is known as Knowledge Panel Box Card Layout. That's not the news though. What is new is that Google is testing a more interactive version of this card layout. What's the difference, you may ask? Well, when you click on the cards, they expand and show you more detail. We hope that this feature will be rolled out for more queries, not just celebrities. Let's wait and see what Google does. Bing seems to be testing a poll feature. Switching to another tech giant, Microsoft Bing may be testing a poll feature in the knowledge panels displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. So far, users have only found this on searches for Joe Biden. So let's take a look at this screen. Here we have a search for Joe Biden. On the left, there are news articles, then information from him on Wikipedia and more stuff. On the right, in the knowledge panel, there is an interesting stuff too, like a timeline. But keep scrolling and there it is. On the right side, we see a poll asking us, which written work of Joe Biden do you like best? What's interesting is that this feature seems to be exclusively appearing for POTUS. It would be great to see it for more people. Apart from providing data to Microsoft, it is Did You Know feature for users, like who knew Biden had written so many books. Okay guys, so we've covered DMA, SEO, SERPs, so why don't we have a look at what happened last week in the world of pay-per-click ads. Google adds 3 great tools to its Ads Creative Studio. First up is the Google's new asset library, which now allows users to upload all assets from current and past campaigns. The tool uses visuals to make the library easier to use. This feature is currently only available for Performance Max, Discovery, App, Local, and Display campaigns. Secondly, marketers can now quickly create video ads for YouTube from inside the Ads Creative Studio, using optimized templates that can be customized with brand colors, images, logos, and text. An audio track can also be added. All content created is stored in the Assets library. Last but not least, the update also includes a new text-to-speech tool, so advertisers can add voiceovers to videos using Google's next-gen speech-to-text technology. Again, the audio is then stored in users' asset library. Google's goal here is to make creating video ads easier and more seamless, EA doing more without leaving the platform. We think we would like to see this soon for all campaign types. It's a great feature. Google Smart Shopping is getting an upgrade to the Max. Performance Max, that is. Performance Max, the next generation Google Ads campaign, has begun to roll out automatic updates converting Smart Shopping campaigns created in Merchant Center into Performance Max campaigns. If you are a Google merchant or partner running Smart Shopping campaigns, most upgrades will have rolled out by late September, and you will receive prior notification of the conversion date 2 to 3 weeks before the update takes place. The rollout schedule will not be the same for all sectors. For instance, vehicles will have to wait until early 2023 for their ads to be changed to Performance Max. So why the automatic upgrade? Aren't Performance Max campaigns recommended budgets higher? According to Google, as the new generation of smart shopping, Performance Max campaigns give performance-focused marketers the capability to advertise through a single campaign deck and access the entire Google Ads inventory. The tech company also highlighted that during beta testing, retail advertisers saw an average increase of 12% conversion value for the same or better returns on ad spend. Google has assured advertisers that when their campaigns are first upgraded, their budget will not change. They do say as the campaign starts serving and gaining traction, advertisers may be provided with additional recommendations and therefore choose to adjust their budget in alignment with this data. We think that these are game-changing times for pay-per-click advertising, but we would also like to see this feature for campaigns set up outside of Merchant Center. So, lots of PPC changes, but now let's take a look at what's going on with analytics. 6 years ago, Google launched a Test My Site tool in the Think with Google portal. Well, that tool is going away in the next few months, as Google will sunset the functionality. Many people never used it, starting straight away with other newer tools, but Google kept it up and running. Until now, that is, when they placed a banner at the top of the site saying that Test My Site is no longer updated with new data and will be sunset in the next few months. Google has many other tools where you can test your site right now. Think Page Speed Insights, Mobile Friendly Test, Google Search Console, and so on. So it makes sense for them to reduce duplicate apps and pages. Some users like the familiarity and simplicity of this tool, having used it for years, but most agree that more advanced analytic tools are the way forward. We think it was a very useful tool before others became available. But now we have better tools. It is not much of a loss, to be honest. We also wonder if Google is thinking of sunsetting other duplicate tools in the future as it moves to services via a single platform. On the 19th of July, there were many reports about outages on Google Ads dashboard and other Google ad reporting platforms, causing confusion amongst advertisers. A similar incident has taken place just 4 days earlier. In fact, Google Ads has a status dashboard which was showing orange alerts on several services that day. As shown in the video, many took to Twitter to try to find out what's going on. Google Ads liaison replied later with this tweet saying that they were working to address the issue, and later stated that the issues were resolved. Why is this so important? Well, these glitches are important because incorrect reporting may lead to advertisers making incorrect or even big adjustments and therefore wasting time and money. We hope that these outages don't continue to happen this frequently or at all. Also, it is perhaps a bit concerning that two similar incidents happened so closely together. Ideally, we would also like to see more info in the statement from Google on just what happened. On the 18th of July, Meta's newsroom announced a new payments in chat feature for Instagram. This will mean consumers can now buy directly from qualified small businesses, DMs, and digital storefronts on Meta's social media platforms. This new feature lets buyers and sellers communicate in real time, request or collect payments, and track orders directly from an Instagram chat. These chat payments use Meta Pay, which allows customers to check out in just a few taps. Meta have stated that this will ensure secure processing and provides purchasing protection. And when businesses are ready to set up their digital storefront, they can use shops on Instagram and Facebook. We think that as long as the commission fees paid by seller aren't too high and tight protocols are in place to prevent scammers and hackers, this is a brilliant way for small businesses to increase their sales and for consumers to really engage with brands they love. Instagram is adding more tools to make creating and editing videos easier. And for public accounts, Instagram is adding all videos under 50 minutes to Reels. Why are they doing this? To make it easier for other users to discover videos under 90 seconds and to encourage other users to put their own twist on them using templates and a new dual feature that records your front and back cameras simultaneously. The social media platform is also adding new 3 remix tools. Firstly, Remix for Photos, which will let users remix public photos, making it easier for them to use these photos to create their own unique reels. Secondly, expanded remix layouts will mean users will be able to choose between a green screen, a horizontal or vertical split screen, or a picture-in-picture reaction view to add their own video commentaries to existing reels. Thirdly, Add Your Own Clip feature will let users add their own clip after the original so it plays sequentially. We think that for creators looking to earn more revenue from Instagram Reels, these tools are brilliant to tell more stories, offering different perspectives on stories, having more fun and reaching more people. Let's talk about TikTok next. TikTok adds new captioning and translation tools. TikTok is giving creators another way to add text descriptions to their clips through captions. These captions will appear on the lower left-hand side of the screen and will add context to viewing experience, especially in sound off. Translations are also being added for captions and video descriptions to make TikTok videos even more engaging to audiences worldwide. Text stickers and videos will also be translated so people don't miss out on any nuanced or plain old entertaining content. Both the captioning and the translation tools will initially support English, Portuguese, German, Indonesian, Italian, Korean, Mandarin, Spanish, and Turkish languages. TikTok says that it's in the early stages of rolling out these new tools, which are available on select videos at the present. We think it's a cool and inclusive set of updates for the app and will give TikTok performance even more options to increase their income. And there is a good range of translation options to consider, which could spark entirely new global trends. Let's talk about technology next. Google tests new augmented reality prototypes. At the beginning of May 2022, in a short video, Google announced a pair of augmented reality (AR) glasses that just had one purpose: displaying translated text in the front of your eyes. The tech giant said that starting in May, it plans to begin testing its new AR prototypes in the real world to better understand how these devices can help people in their everyday lives. These devices will be worn by a selected few trusted testers. These prototypes include in-lens displays, microphones, and cameras. Google seems to be focusing on solving more specific problems, since these prototypes will have strict functional limitations. For instance, photography and videography will be excluded, whereas image data will be used to enable experiences such as translating a menu in front of you. Let's wait and see what happens, right? Will history repeat itself as it did with real-time translations Pixel Buds promised us, or with Google Glass? We really hope that this time Google will make some great headway with these new translation devices. And we also hope that once launched, they will not be prohibitively expensive for most people and become a tool for everyone rather than another gadget for the rich. Finally, I'd like to end today's video with an uplifting piece of news. National Geographic harnesses AR to transport Instagrammers to Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a mysterious monument that has been subject of study for centuries. But now the new technologies are transforming our perception of a place we thought had nothing left to reveal. National Geographic was able to fly a drone over the site and capture more than 7,000 images. These were processed to make a high-res 3D model replica of the monument, which Instagrammers can interact with through an augmented reality experience, Stonehenge AR. Stonehenge AR was released in tandem with the cover story of the magazine's August issue, Stonehenge Revealed. We think that this is an amazing, engaging and educational project for everyone. We hope that Ruben Wu is working on his next AR project right now. So, that's all from me today, guys. I hope this information will be useful to grow your business. Stay cool and see you next week.